Guys, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you're having a good day, and I really hope that you've been having fun with the various game modes we've had in Warzone. I, for one, you guys know, enjoying the shit out of Iron Trials. Champion Caldera has been a blast. Really interested to see what they give us for Warzone 2. I feel like they're going to give us some LTM off the rip. If you guys have an LTM out there that you prefer, let me know in the comment section what LTM you'd like to see Warzone 2 give you guys. Because again, I don't think we're just going to get basic solo, duo, trio, and quads. I have a feeling they're going to hit us with some surprise and give us an LTM as well, which I kind of hope for. Crouch walking never helped anybody, guys. Make sure you don't crouch walk. Tip number one of the video, guys. Do not do what he did. You're better off at least doing what I did and getting shit on than crouch walking. At least if you're trying to have movements and you die, at least you're practicing. You're getting those reps in. Players like that who just crouch walk around the corner, you're setting yourself up for disaster. You might get some kills every now and then and get lucky. But again, dude, try your best to improve your skill level instead of staying where you're at. When I used to be a bot, and don't get twisted, I have my days where I still am, but when I used to be a bot, the number one thing that I always worried about was dying in the game. That was my biggest hindrance. The problem is, if you're so worried about dying, you're going to try your best just to do what you've been doing to avoid dying. Does that make sense? A lot of people don't want to put themselves out there and try something new because they're afraid it'll fail. And if it fails, they might die. But again, that's the only way to get better at the game. Now here we are spectating. What are the odds of this, ladies and gentlemen? Spectating Chaggy and Savage. There's an imposter among us, and I get DMs all the time saying, Savage, you were in my lobby, you were crouch walking with a heartbeat, you bot. If you ever see a Savage using a heartbeat sensor, I can guarantee you one thing, and one thing for sure, it ain't me. It is not me. But here we are, and look, level 5, brand new, fresh level 5. What do you do? What can you do? Shit. This is duo, so it's going to be relatively sweaty, but we do have a loading. Granted, he's level 5. He's not going to have any guns. The whole slow opening doors. Oh, he's having trouble with his controls. Oh, this poor guy. All right. Now, from anyone's standpoint, whether you've been playing this game for an extended period of time, whether you're a bot, whatever the case is, a lot of us know what we are. A lot of you guys watching, you're honest yourself. You're like, look, I just suck at the game, but I have a lot of fun with it. A lot of you probably have similar movement to this guy right here, right? You have to just put in work. You have to. That was actually me. I forgot I forgot I loaded in with a random. I know a lot of you guys are already in the comment sections letting me know that, hey bro, that's you, dickhead. That's a my bad. That's a my bad. But anyway, going back to controller or mouse and keyboard, you just have to put reps in, man. You don't have to practice against bots. If you do want to practice, one of the best modes is Rebirth in Resurgence. Great gas by the enemy, even better C4. Now we're really in a bad position, getting shot in the back. To be 100% Sansu, he really was ballsy, pushing the window out in the open, just spraying and praying. He had a nice gas, he had even better C4, and it almost worked. But again, dude, instead of just walking up this path right towards us, try your best to play the rocks, try your best to slide cancel and zigzag, do something besides just walking straight out the window. He's really lucky. We didn't just beam his shit in. And then, of course, the moment he got the knock, you need to rotate out the window. Even if you don't know there's a player there, when you jump in the building and you get that knock, just jump out the opposite window and try your best to listen for the audio so you can play the situation. A lot of times we're spectating. A lot of times I'm playing the game and you guys don't hear what I hear. It's because my audio settings are completely different than what you guys are hearing. My devices, everything's completely different. I've got it amped up dramatically, and everyone's got that capability to do so. So guys, make sure your audio settings are in tune. That way you can hear footsteps relatively well, and they have gotten a lot better over the years. And again, very excited for footsteps in Warzone 2. I hope they're not as crazy as it was in Warzone in the Warzone 2 beta, or the Modern Warfare 2 beta, but I guess loud footsteps is better than no footsteps. Am I right? All right, moving on to Farty Monkey. Thought this game was rated M for mature. And look, again, let's just go to movement right now. And I know, you know, movement's not going to be a huge thing in Warzone 2 that we know of, but there's a huge chance they may add it in. There's a huge chance players will find a workaround like they did during the beta. And even if not, dude, just trying your best to just maintain movement is the best way to hunt down kills. The problem with what we're doing is we allowed the enemy to separate himself from us because we not only stopped a heartbeat, but we were just basic bitch running. If he's slide canceling and auto attack sprinting, he's going to be moving away from us way faster than we're going to be moving to him. So again, he's creating that separation as an enemy, and you don't want that. If you guys spot an enemy, you've got to try your best to take him out then and there, because that guy may come around and kill you later on in the game. And a lot of you guys watching think it's basic tips, and it is, but I mean, damn, dude, this is all we spectate. We spectate thousands of games, and literally still to this day, 2.5, almost 3 years later, here we are. Now, I'm extremely excited for the battery and the heartbeat sensor. One thing that I'm curious about is how fast does it drain? You see a lot of these guys whip it out and put it away really fast, rip it out and put it away really fast. Is it something they can abuse to where they can basically make that battery last the whole match? Does it drain over time? I would love to know. Can you pick up another heartbeat and replenish it? Change the batteries? So many questions. Oh my, we are in for the long haul. All right, well, the first one had a right idea with the bounty. We have a loadie, we have a bounty, we have a lot of things we can do. They decided to go with the sabotage instead, not really too sure why. What do you say? I think he's trying to get the bounty now. I don't think he understands. He just picked up the sabotage. Oh, wait. All right, so right now we got a whole lot of back and forth in. Right now we are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's no reason for this. I see it all the time. Bots, ghosts, doesn't matter. People do this so often. Make up your mind. Go with your move. He picked the sabotage. Let's go ahead and get that done, and then maybe we can move on to a better objective, because again, that was just not the best idea ever. All right, it's now completed, and back we go. We have watched Is It or Is It literally just do the same thing over and over and over again at least 8 or 9 times. And the problem with what he's doing right now, granted he's not dying, the problem is we're just staying here. This is a good spot for players to rotate through. Very surprised we haven't gotten in a fight yet. And again, it is a first-person shooter. You want to engage. You don't want to avoid fighting in a game unless you're underlooted. The only reason they're underlooted is their own fault. Again, they have a loadie right here. They've just well, this might be loadout shit, to be fair. No, it's not loadout shit. No way is this loadout shit. No shot are you building these guns like this. And now we're going, okay, we're going for recon. All right, gotta give them a little credit though. Gotta give them a little bit. At least they're going for objectives, you know. Again, you want to do it with a little bit more haste, get it done quickly, but it's not the worst we spectated. Again, the objective to be a better player in Warzone or any BR, and get ready because Warzone 2 is going to be the exact same shit. To develop momentum, you've got to have a good start. You don't have to get a lot of kills. I'm not talking about getting a lot of kills for a good start. You have to have a good start getting your loadout, getting objectives, and start building some form of pace. You never want to stay in the same area for an extended period of time because, again, it gives other players an opportunity to third-party you or just secretly push the shit out of you. They started getting the recon, then they stopped. They're probably waiting for the next zone to close in, which is actually a really smart move, so good on them for that. But again, you know, we probably, to be fair, I think I could have completed about 3 recons at this point in the match, probably 4 to be 100. There is a sweat team in the lobby. It's dying off relatively fast, 47 up in this zone here. We're going to eventually run into somebody who's a super sweat. If you guys are playing like this and you're struggling in the game and you notice the lobby dying off really fast, I don't want to tell you to back out, but definitely get aggressive because you're going to run into a sweat team no matter what. To be fair, everyone we've seen fly by us, we saw some people parachuting, we see the guys in the vehicle. Seems like everyone else in the lobby is, you know, moving around being aggressive, except for us. Oh, how lucky we are. Guy on top of the titty. Oh, almost. So right now, I'm not really a fan of him even ADSing at this, because if you get the knock, you're going to have to push. And by the time you push, he's going to get res. So what's the point of even trying to knock the guy at this distance if you're not planning on pushing it? If you ever watch me stream, watch my gameplay, I'll start pushing towards that direction and then get the knock and hopefully be closer, but I will always try to push the enemy. I'm never just going to sit back on a ridge and snipe and just sit there and wait for the execution. Because look how much cover and concealment the enemies have. If we not kill him, there's a good chance he'll be hiding behind something and he'll get rezzed. Oh, there we go. All right, recon has been marked. We have the option to get some big game bounties. We have 5 in this zone right here. This is definitely a good one. Again, advanced UAVs is the best reward from big game bounties. You guys are sleeping on big game bounties. The amount of times we see these bitches around the map and no one's picking them up is just disgusting. Look how we just casually walk by this big game as if we have no idea what it does. I will say, I really hope they keep the objective system in Warzone 2. I really like the fact that it gives players something to do if they don't really know where to go. Because as you're doing objectives, it's forcing you to go in places you're not wanting to go. And you'll end up running into enemies and getting those reps in, getting in some fights. I don't know what's going on. They just do not want that loadout at all. Got a sniper on the rooftop. We're easy claps for this guy. We're gonna go right back where we came from. Again, your boy Is It or Is It really loves a lot of back and forth action. I love the zigzag in the air. Look. I'm honestly confused. The main reason why I'm not really giving many tips or commentating much is I'm just thoroughly confused what the fuck's going on. I really am. I'm not trying to be hateful. I've never witnessed a team just basically make several circles and abandon the loadout altogether. Oh wait. They may be going to the loadout. Let's go. 38 players left and we're finally grabbing our loadie. This is good. This is progress. And again, you know, at least they're going for objectives. I got to give them some credit there. All right, what weapons are we blessing ourselves with? Okay. All right. Not really a bad combo at all. I love me some Armaguerra for sure. It's going to be a long game for these guys. And the problem with it is, and the thing that makes me sad again, look, you gotta weigh the tables, right? Weigh the scales. You have to make the decision. Do I want to have a long drawn out game and get shit on at the end? Or B, do I want to get in some fights, possibly die and just restart? Get in some fights, possibly die and restart. What would you rather? And that 30 minutes in the entire time of a match, would you rather wait to the end just to die, or re-queue 3 or 4 times and practice getting in your fights? I'm all for doing recon strats. I'm all for strategy for sure, but these guys are not doing any of it. They just did a recon because it was there. Precision coming at us right now. You saw on the mini map where he was, what building he was in. They just destroyed their own. He's definitely further back. Good job by Farty. Let's spectate Farty. He seems to be doing a little bit better. I spoke a little too soon. We now have a situation where 2 teams are fighting to our left, and we still have the guy in front of us to the right-hand side. There are a total of 4 teams here, assuming no one's died yet. Heartbeats, 2 beeps. Let's see if he pushes this, or let's see if he heartbeats again. Now we've cornered ourselves into a building, which is usually a tell that we're a bot. Whenever I'm playing the game and I notice enemies are cornering themselves in the building, I instantly know they're probably bots. Holy shit, he fucking pulled it out of his ass. Let's go, is it? My man. I mean, usually you're just putting yourself in a coffin. Basically, a building is a coffin. And like, especially these things right here. There's so many windows, so many doorways. If that duo would have been paying attention and pulled it off correctly, all they had to do was open both doors and basically shoot on each side and obliterate us. But we somehow pulled it out of our ass. Now, look, again, I'm seeing a lot of spurts of being a decent player, like knowing what to do. He's definitely seen some videos, whether they're mine or not, who knows, but he knows, he understands UAVs, objectives. He gets it. He's just not executing it properly. So again, give him some credit there. We have two enemies. One's rotating right, one's rotating to our left. This is a position where they might try to pinch us. Doesn't even need to be pinched anymore. We just instantly get head tapped. Now, orange needs to be suppressing the enemies as we pop our self-res. Normally, I'd say you want to tap. But in situations like this, again, just hold the angle and try to suppress. Unfortunately, orange did not do a decent job of suppressing. Both the enemies just spammed the shit out of is it or is it with nades, and unfortunately, you saw the outcome. And here we are running away. I don't mind running away if you're not only outnumbered but outgunned. But we have our loot, we have money. I want to win this fight. Not to mention, blue wants to get his shit back too. So the only way you're going to get better at fighting 1v2s is by fighting 1v2s. If you guys want to increase your skill level, you've got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations and get it done. Right now, we're kind of just settling for easy kills. And here's another question mark. We just made all that racket. We ran from that duo who seemed to be a lot more skilled than us. I fully expect to see them try to peek that ledge here very shortly. We're in a very bad spot. We want to take this balloon as soon as possible and get the hell out of this position. This team actually might try to grab grandmas first, or at least hold the high ground. Regardless, we've got to wrap to one of those. We want to get out of this spot as soon as possible. No one's around us. There's no reason to heartbeat the bottom of the kill box. Again, I fully anticipate Warzone 2 being a lot harder of a BR. A lot harder. I fully anticipate that. Judging the gameplay, seeing the terrain, seeing the buildings, I fully anticipate the game to be a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging. We'll see. It might be an easier BR. Who knows? But with saying that, dude, y'all, again, if you're not good enough, you don't have to put in hours and hours and hours and hours. Just a little time you do play aggressive as shit. Especially when Warzone 2 launches. Play aggressive for the first month. I'm not exaggerating. For the first month, hot drop wherever it may be. Get as many fights as possible. Because if you do this long, drawn out bullshit, you'll be doing this literally 2.5 years later. Don't worry about dying. Let the ego go. And just fight everything you see, bro. You'll get shit on. Guess what? Do it again. Full send everything. Full send, full send, full send. It's the only way to improve. See, I was always more of a win grinder player in PUBG, more of a win grinder in Blackout, and shit, even in the beginning of Warzone. I was a win grinder then too, in the beginning. I always struggled with you know, high 20 kill games. I'd hit 20s every now and then, but it was a rare commodity. It wasn't until I started playing with aggressive players, started pushing literally everything, that I noticed not only my KD going up, my skill level going up, and I'm still able to win a really good amount of games. But I've gotten a lot more confident in my gunfights because the amount of times I've put myself in these shitty situations, the amount of times I've died. And eventually, after you die so many times, you'll eventually win one. And then you'll win another. And then win another. Next thing you know, instead of it being a uncomfortable position, it's a very familiar position that you're just owning the shit out of. Honestly, not sure why he's tap firing the girl. When the guy was by the window, easy target. We were mounted and everything. Just spam it. It's not a tap fire. We have ammunition, so it's not like he's trying to conserve ammo unless he just doesn't realize it. And again, look at the position we're in. We talked about this earlier this week in a video. You want to get good position. This is terrible. Fuck, this is terrible. This area right here is a great spot to be in. It's still safe. It's got the high ground on grandma's. But this right here, this is going to be the cream of the crop. This is going to be where you want to go. It's going to be hard to get there, but if you can get there, all you have to worry about is the 2 access of the street and these guys right here. That's it. But I fully anticipate the next zone not favoring grandma's at all. And I guarantee you, I'm almost positive, you're going to see that team of rose skins that killed our boy up top over here. You're going to see them holding this position. Because even grandmas, we're going to sit in here, but eventually we're going to have to leave. And when we do, it's not going to be pretty. It makes me sad seeing people heartbeat this much. No matter how bad this guy looks, I promise you, if you put this heartbeat away, his skill would improve within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks. Notice we're not peeking the windows, we're not peeking the doorways, we're not even trying to catch people rotating in bad spots. These guys got to leave these buildings. We could peek the door, try to get some shots off, but we're so afraid we'd rather just open it, heartbeat, not even look, not even look. Oh, there it is. And then back up like a little crab and probably close the door and go back to our corner. Maybe not. Again, our eyes tell me a lot more than that heartbeat ever will in this position. You see the guy, you saw him, you see him jumping, homie. He didn't see him jumping at first because he's staring at the heartbeat. We got the knock, he's shooting at somebody else. There's a good chance he'll probably get executed if he doesn't self-res first. Where's the next zone go? Oh, weird. Oh my God, who would have guessed that? If only there was a way to predict the game. We know there's a guy down there northwest. We saw him on mini-map. This heartbeat's not going to tell us anything that we don't already know. Or we can try it again, you know? Whoever invented that saying, if at first you don't succeed, try again. It's not wrong. You just got to do it in different situations. This is not one of them. So it's a 2v2v1. I would imagine, again, that tryhard team is a duo on holding the top of the hill. We picked them up when we were on this side of the house earlier, so they are here. Again, we said earlier that is the best spot to be in, and that doesn't change at all. We're getting shot through the house. Wow. They know we're here. We know they're there. Basically, this is just prolonging the inevitable. Our best chance of getting out of this situation is trying to snipe them. Trying to get a pick to rotate. Hiding in the building is not going to help us with that pick at all. We saw him standing up top like he was Simba in the Lion King, and we didn't do anything. Oh, brother, you had a great headshot lined up for a few seconds. Not to mention, the moment we saw him looking down, I probably wouldn't even shot him at that point if you're not going to get the heady. Just push up, especially while they were fighting. But now it's 2v2. They know where we're at. This is GG. Again, prolonging the inevitable. Guys, if you're playing like this, make sure you guys are not ever doing it again. This is what's going to happen every single time. Now, our only prayer is hopefully the next zone favors our right-hand side, goes back to the east. That's our only prayer. And if it does, you better peek the outside and gatekeep these guys. It doesn't. Rip. We are dead. We are dead. And again, like we talked about earlier, nice. Like we talked about earlier, dude, all this did was put us in a bad position because of what? Because of positioning. We can sit here, we can play it up all we want. We know what's about to happen. Farty had a good idea wide rotating, but it's not really going to work out for your boy. Molten Leak off. They're already pre-stunning us. See him in the bush. I guess he didn't. He didn't spot him with heartbeat, so he couldn't see him. And that's that. And honestly, guys, again, shit like this breaks my soul. Look, I don't want to talk shit about players. Everyone's trying to evolve. And again, I want to get back more into the coaching mindset for Warzone 2. These are the tips that you guys will receive in Warzone 2. A lot more strategy, a lot more in depth with the new map and different jump spots and things like that. But dude, it's simple. If you guys want to get better, you've got to fight. You have to fight. Don't play passive. Never play passive. Play aggressive. You can play passive and play wind grinder once you get the gun skill and the ability to do so. We saw it right there in that house. Those guys were up top. We had a perfect shot on them, and we decided not to shoot, go back inside. By the time we decided to fight, it was too late. You're better off fighting early on, like I said at the beginning of the video, than waiting for them to kill you later in the game. Guys, please go out there. Stop playing passive. Don't be afraid to die. Don't be afraid to change it up. Step outside your comfort zone. But guys, until next time, man, y'all have a good one, and good luck in Warzone.